Hey folks, BlackCross here, and Merry Christmas to you guys. Or rather, an early Merry Christmas to you guys. Point is, I don't know when I'm going to be doing like a vlog video to wish you a Merry Christmas. I never know what I'm doing these days, so it's like, let's just go ahead and wish you a Merry Christmas on this video. Why not? Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. So, Merry Christmas everybody, and a Happy New Year, and all this lovely stuff. Okay. So I kind of need to make this vlog video in order to make an important update on a couple of things that's going to be happening in my channel. Number one being this week and maybe upcoming weeks. I don't know how bad it's going to be, but I'm going to be kind of slowed down for a bit. I've been doing so far really good when it comes to 2 videos per day and stuff like that, but I may or may not be keeping that up. I don't know. So, just to let you guys know ahead of time, if for some reason I end up having like 1 video a day, I don't know if I mentioned this in like a vlog video previously or something like that, but chances are I might be slowing down a bit. I'll still try to keep you on a 1 video per day type thing. I really want to keep that up as much as possible. Sometimes that's not really easy and everything like that, but it all depends on like what I can and can't do. For starters, this week in particular, I'm kinda tight for the moment. Because, let's face it, this is the last full week for Christmas. Because after the release of this video, there'll be like literally 3 days until Christmas. Ain't that something? Actually, 4 days, technically, if you want to think about it. Because I'm going to try to release this video on Tuesday, which is roughly today, actually, for me in this case. So, I'm going to try to release this video today, Tuesday, which means there is Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then, of course, Saturday, which is Christmas Eve, Sunday being Christmas Day. So, needless to say, I'm kind of tight on my schedule. I mean, I am kind of somewhat semi-ready for Christmas and everything like that. But in terms of prepping for videos and everything like that, I'm kind of behind, actually. And then, of course, if it ain't the fact that I've also been playing the living shit out of Final Fantasy 15. Holy fuck, that game has a whole bunch of shit that I didn't even know of. For example, what do I do with it? Ultimate Strategy Guide of Final Fantasy 15 recently, yesterday. And needless to say, this strategy guide has a lot of stuff. I kid you not, this thing is just jam-packed with a lot of side quests, a lot of in-depth detail, a lot of weapons and everything like that. A lot of secrets in it. And I'm like, this guide is going to be what I need before the new update comes out. For example, for those of you who did not know, Final Fantasy 15 is actually going to be getting an update December 22nd. What is that major update? Which should have been part of the game when it first got released? New Game Plus. And for some reason the developers thought, hey, this isn't really necessary, let's just go ahead and remove it. Every RPG that comes out has to have a New Game Plus, in my personal opinion, because I don't know, it's because of me being like a gamer and I love that little ideal of detail where you replay the same game with all of your stats that you've had, all the items you've attained and everything like that. The only catch is the game gets a little bit harder. Sounds like Dark Souls, I know. That's beside the point. New Game Plus has been around for quite some time, actually. And they felt like they shouldn't add it to Final Fantasy 15. But they decided to go ahead and add it anyway for the new update, which gets everybody a little bit excited. At the same time, there's a lot of players who are like, this should have been part of the game to begin with. I don't know why they removed it, but they did. But now they're adding it back. What the fuck? But then, of course, there's also supposed to be some future updates of the story and everything like that, make certain that it's fully fleshed out to where players can actually understand the story and everything, which is also good news to hear. Again, it should have been part of the main game. Little issues that I have like that are kind of like, hey, here's an update, here's an update, here's an update. Can you really deliver on that one, Square Enix? Can you really promise us that you're gonna give us a shit ton of updates and everything like that, which should have been part of the main game to begin with. It's like, holy crap. But there's also like a whole bunch of other DLC type stuff for those who have the Season Pass. And don't worry, if you don't have the Season Pass, you'll still have access to New Game Plus, you'll still have access to the new update story and everything like that. As far as I know, you do not have to have the Season Pass. That is all free updates. And they're called updates, not DLC, updates. So, there'll be a couple things in terms of like outfits as well, they'll be free for the public as well. Now, they also have a genuine list for those who have the Season Pass. And luckily for me, I purchased the Season Pass because if you're gonna have a Season Pass, chances are you're holding out some good shit that should have been available for everybody to begin with when the game first came out! But I literally have been looking through this guide, and I've noticed there's been a couple of quests and everything like that that I might have missed out. One of them being that I'm going to be recording today is that I discovered a particular side quest, and I'm going to do an update video, Chocobo bonus, per se. Now, this particular video series is going to be a little bit awkward and a little bit weird for two reasons. Number one being that I technically have already beaten the game now. But that will not be the final episode of Final Fantasy 15 because there's still like a lot of stuff that they're going to be doing. And if they're going to be doing like story changes and everything like that, I want those story changes to be noticed to the public. I played practically an incomplete game. Did anyone not catch what I just said? In my rant series, my BlackCross Ramble series, these updates, that means the game was incomplete! What? Or rather, according to what Square Enix says, they didn't add them on there to the original game because they felt they were not needed. What the fuck were you thinking, Square Enix? What the fuck were you thinking? These updates and everything. Oh my gosh, I was actually thinking about doing an actual, like, review of the game and everything like that, but then to find out that they're doing updates and stuff like this, and I'm like, this just ruins everything that I thought about the game and everything. Like, the game as it is right now is actually really good, but they never added New Game Plus, they never added, like, an in-depth story and everything like that, and now we're getting it through updates. Record is for free, so I can't really bitch. But again, it should have been part of the main game. I need to kind of move on away from that, or otherwise I'll never finish the vlog video itself. So, yeah, just to kind of let you know, I've been playing the living shit out of that. And there's going to be a couple videos I want to do for Final Fantasy 15. Which means there'll be 2 more videos, at least. 2 more videos after I beat the main game. So, yeah, be ready to see those type of videos. And also, too, because of the new updates and everything like that, I do kind of like want to give people updates and everything like that, and plus future DLC. That means that there's going to be a little bit of extra. So, I'm not going to make it a finale yet until all of the DLC has been confirmed and released. So, once all of it does, and I beat it all, that's whenever I can definitively say that the game is fully done, and I will reach the finale whenever the last DLC does come out. When that will be, don't know, because Final Fantasy 15 is getting a lot of updates and a lot of details later on, so that's still cool, but at the same time, should have been part of the main game, damn it. Okay, so on to the actual main vlog video itself. Like I said, I may be a little bit slow on video uploading and everything like that, but that's only because the past 2 weeks for me has been kind of tight for Christmas, and I've been playing the living shit out of Final Fantasy 15, and it's like, okay, this vlog, I need to kind of give that update to let people know that I might be a tad bit late. But don't worry, once the latest video of Final Fantasy 15 gets uploaded, I think episode 35, I believe will be the last continuous one until, like, future updates will be uploaded. Some extra stuff, extra content, and everything like that gets uploaded and stuff like that, including the main storylines, or main side storylines, should I say, of Ignis, Prompto, and Gladio, which I don't really know that much detail. The only thing I do know is that it involves the individual three. Now, whether you play as them, I don't know, or if you're like playing a side quest with them, I don't know. But that's the particular update that I've been hearing about. And then, of course, some extra individual secret stuff and stuff like that that will boost the game a little bit more in terms of, like, in-depth gaming. With that being said, there's also the fact that I just, okay. And then, of course, Kingdom Hearts, me and Delmar recently beat it last week. You haven't seen the final episode, so don't worry, you didn't miss it. It's just, I'm slowly kind of releasing it for every Sunday on 2 days. So, me and Delmar are fixing to actually jump into Chain of Memories, which I'm excited for, because I think that one, unfortunately, we're going to be speeding through that relatively quickly. So, we are going to be trying to play through Chain of Memories as best as we can. No guarantees, but we will be trying to get through that one within the next couple of weeks as well. And then, of course, my level 1 challenge is actually going really well. Of course, I've been only releasing it once per week on a Saturday, and I've actually been kind of going through it and enjoying it, as well as having one hell of a time trying to get through the levels and everything like that through level 1. But my level 1 challenge is actually going through really well. I'm going to try to record as much as I can today, because technically today I have a Christmas party going on, and it's like, oh boy, I'm kind of building up for Christmas, and I'm kind of tied up at the moment, and I can't sing worth shit, so, oh well, I you get the idea. Anyway, so, excuses, on to the actual main video that I wanted to kind of do. I figured I'd go ahead and do a separate video of this, but I might as well go ahead and add this onto it anyway. So, future update for 2017. Okay, so this is going to be like a 3rd year anniversary for me. Well, no, my bad. I'm getting fast forward on this one. I'm fixing to enter my 3rd year. This actually 2017 actually marks my 2nd anniversary of BlackCross gameplay on April. So, I want to try to do something special about that. It's just April itself is going to be a little bit of a tied up month for me. For starters, me and a couple of friends of mine are actually going to be heading to MTAC. If you don't know what MTAC is, it's basically an anime convention. And I haven't been to it in like years. Oh dear gosh, years. That sounds old for me. I've only been to it twice in my entire life. And both times it was really good. And I've had a lot of fun through MTAC and everything like that. But I really want to go back to it. And TJ and Holly was telling me that they were planning to go on 2017 as well. And I was like, I'll go ahead and attend with you guys because it's been forever. And they were both like, awesome. And then, of course, Delmar, some time ago, has actually mentioned to me that he wanted to go to a convention of some kind as well. And I'm like, okay, I'll take you with me. And he was like, sweet. So I basically got him on there. So there's going to be 5 of us that's going to MTAC. Some of our close friends and everything like that. So we'll be going to MTAC. And I think it's April 14th, 15th, and 16th that is going to be there. So chances are, by the time it gets to that weekend, there won't be any videos being uploaded. But I'm going to try to do what I can to make up for that. For example, Thursday of that particular day, before I go to MTAC and everything like that, I will try to upload 2 videos for Thursday. Or at least 3, depending on how much I can get done between then and there. And then Monday of that following day, I will upload the 2 following Kingdom Hearts episodes. Probably even 3, I don't know. I'll do something, and I'll give you an update to let you guys know what I'm gonna do. So, with that being said, I'll try to make up for the difference of the weekend for the following Thursday, and then the following Monday when I get back. So with that being said, the other update is that there might be a small chance that me and Delmar are actually going to be moving out into our own apartment. And that is good news that I've been wanting to hear for a long time now. For those of you that do or do not know, I currently live with my mother at the moment. And she's been very cooperative with me living here, which is a God blessing to me. But I want to move out so badly. I kid you not, I've been wanting to move out ever since I graduated from high school. I just hadn't because of two reasons. Number one, money. I've never really built up a good money cash flow to where I could actually make a decent income to where I can actually live in an apartment and everything like that. Because at the time, I was by myself. And with Delmar graduating and everything like that, I mentioned to him that I wanted to move out on my own. And I was asking him, would you feel comfortable moving in with me and helping me making some of the payments of the apartment? And he was like, yeah, that sounds great. So, years later, we just kind of haven't been able to do that because of everything else been kind of stopping us from moving out to begin with. And then, we just recently ran into an opportunity of where we could move into an apartment. And from what we were told, we are basically on the waiting list. And if there's an opening by chance, we're going to try to get as much as we can together and see if we can make even the first payment a possibility. Because, by gosh, I want to be able to move out. That is something that I want to do so badly, is just to move out. And judging by the progression of this year so far that I've been told, if I can continue to keep up with updates and be able to make the payments, I should be able to finish my car payment this spring. And if I can do it, then that means that this year my car payment will be done, and that means I can actually make the money available to actually rent the apartment, which is what I've wanted to do for so long. It's just everything's been kind of in the way and everything, so yeah. And me and Delmar and Nerd Thomas are thinking that maybe we might be moving in April, because April seems like by then everything should be fixed up and cleared out to where we can actually move into an apartment and actually be making decent money to where we can be paying off the apartment in one go. So that's something important right now, is that right there, is just to be able to make the payment and be able to pay all the bills while also being able to pay for ourselves and everything like that. So, again, we're hoping April we will be moving in. If we're going to be able to move in and be able to be okay, I don't know, until I can get done paying the car payment, and then I will know definitely if I can do it. Again, it's kind of tight. It's that tight little margin of error, but I think we might be able to move into a new apartment, and whenever that happens, chances are videos will be kind of hesitant, or even be put on standstill for that matter. And plus, there's still the whole ideal of me wanting to do live streaming on Twitch and everything like that. If that happens, even videos will be slowed down. But two things will come out of this. Either one, if I do the live streams, that means that I will be doing every week of 2 days, because that's how many days I'm technically off. I will be doing a live stream, a 5 hour long, live hour. Gosh, I am so mind juggled at the moment. 5 hour live stream on Twitch, and then after I get done doing that, I'm gonna be getting the video together, edit it a little bit to where the beginning and ending aren't so drugged out, and then I'm gonna put that whole 5 hour and upload it on YouTube. Which means, for those who may or may not have watched my live stream, will actually get a chance to watch it on YouTube anyway. Depending on if their copyright gets better or worse. That's what worries me the most. Oh, you stupid YouTube. Anyway, that's the ideal, that's the main important thing, that's what's going on, and that's what I'm hoping is going to work. Now, whether or not I'll be able to do that before halfway of a year and everything like that, I don't know. I just know I want to do live streaming, and whenever that comes up, it will be going through it. It's just, I'm wanting to test the feels and stuff like that, and if everything goes well and it starts to fast forward to a lot faster pace of where I can actually feel like this is working, I can do this, then I'm going to be doing live streaming. And I'll be sure to give you an update video of when that will be, what time I'll be doing it, blah, 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 blah. Point is, you'll know when it gets to that point. Now, of course, there's also the fact that there is something else that I've been wanting to do as well. This year alone, there's still a lot of games that are be coming out this year, and again, because I'll be tight on money, even more so, I'm going to be restricting myself to at least one new game every month, if I can manage this. I don't know if I can, but I'm going to try my best to do at least one new game per month of purchase. Now, in terms of like what I'm going to be doing reality-wise, I'm working on a schedule that I'm going back and forth on in between doing my actual regular recordings and whenever I get ready to do the live streaming recording and everything like that. There's a pattern that I'm wanting to do, and that is do an old game, then do a new game, then an old game, then a new game, old game, new game, old game, new game. The point is, this channel was made specifically for me playing through some of the old games that I've never played through, such as the PS2, PS1, GameCube, N64, stuff like that, because that was game systems that I grew up with, but I've never played all of the games before. I've never played Banjo-Kazooie, I've never played frickin' Conker's Bad Fur Day, never really played any of the Onimusha games. I currently own them now, but I haven't played them yet. There's so many good games that have come out during those games, including like PlayStation 3 and stuff like that, that I've never even played before, much less heard of at the time. So I'm wanting to go back and be able to play all of them and stuff like that, but naturally, because of the fact that all these new games have been coming out and everything like that, I've kind of been like on like a unfortunate hesitance of playing PS2. Like, the only PS2 games that I've actually played in the past are like, I want to say Tokobot Plus, the Fatal Frame series. What other ones have I played? I need to check my channel for a sec. So let's see, there's Demon Souls, there's 3D Dot Game Heroes. If you want to be technical about it, because technically they are like HD re-releases and stuff like that, there's also Abe's Odyssey, then of course Grim Van Deco, and then what other ones was there? Okay, that was practically it. So yeah, very lackluster of PS2 titles, which is unfortunate for me. So naturally you can imagine how I feel overall with the whole, like, not being able to play a lot of old titles that I've been wanting to play, and I want this channel to be interesting because I am playing those old titles, while at the same time playing new titles that I've been wanting to play as well. So it just, I want to be able to do like a back and forth of new, old, and stuff like that. You know, that way when we play the old games, some of us can actually reminisce on the memories of the old titles of that I've never played, but that some of you may have already played. Because let's say some of you have already played the Onimusha series, some of you have already played Dark Watch, some of you have played Dark Cloud and stuff like that. You have played some of these games in the past, but I've never had a chance to play them because of age restriction and money. So naturally, that's to be expected, of course. But I want to go back and play some of these games that I've never played before, and I want that to be an experience that we can both enjoy. You being able to relive the memories of the games that you probably played, versus me actually playing them for the first time and actually enjoying them. And then there's also the fact that some of you guys have never played it, and maybe I'll be playing them, and you'll be like, this actually sounds relatively interesting. I'm going to check on this and actually play this for myself, because I want this to be an experience that we can all enjoy. You know, and that's the important thing for this channel, that we enjoy gaming, of playing through the old games and the new games, just enjoying in general. And that to me is so important in a nutshell of how important that is, and I want that to be the key element of the channel, is playing through old games. So next year it's going to be like a total reset button. No, don't panic. I'm not destroying my channel. I'm not taking any videos down. Any videos that are up are still up. That's it. Nothing's going down. I promise. Nothing's going down. It's just, I want to rechange the pattern that I've been doing and make certain that old games are equally getting played as much as the new ones. That's the main important thing I want to do for this channel and for the future of my gameplay experience as well. So, with that being said, this is also part of the reasons why I'm doing old, new, as well as doing live streaming and stuff like that. 2017, I've started a new thing. A lot of you have heard of like Loot Crate and stuff like that. And it's like, okay, so this is pretty interesting, this is pretty neat and stuff like that. I actually like this and everything like that. So, it's one of those things where it's like, let's go ahead and try this out and see what they're like and stuff. Now, this particular website, they're not paying me. I'm not getting paid for anything. That's the thing. I'm not getting paid for shit. I am a poor motherfucker. If it wasn't for the fact I have a job currently right now, I would be broke as shit. I wouldn't be able to do any half of the stuff that I'm able to do right now. But I'm just broke in general. I'm not making money off of this at all. The reason why I'm starting this particular thing is because it sounds interesting and I want to go ahead and get started because I want to see if my game collecting can get better from this or not. Because here's an interesting thing. The list of games that I have are just stuff that I know from the top of my head. You look at the entire list of PS2 titles and you would be surprised as to how many games there actually is for the PS2 console alone. There's like a shit ton of them. And that's what made this particular website even more interesting, is because they've actually labeled pretty much a good majority of some of these titles that I never even heard of. Some of them are pretty unique names, and I'm like, I might want to look into that and see what type of game that is. And I'm still discovering more PS2 titles as I'm going through my life and everything like that. And it's just, and I even talked to some of my friends about this, and they're like, that sounds really interesting. This particular one, called VGM.com, also known as VideoGameMonthly.com. Some of you may have heard them, some of you may not have. For those who haven't heard of them, allow me to go into deeper detail with this video. They're basically a boxing facility, much like Loot Crate, 1UP, and everything like that, of where they basically send you a box crate of just different items inside of it. In Video Game Monthly case, they do nothing but retro games. Video Game Monthly has got a thing to where they will send you games from different generations, such as from the Atari system, from the Famicom, to the NES, SNES, Sega Saturn, up to even like PS2, PS1, GameCube, N64, and Xbox system. And stuff like that is what really interests me. It's the fact that they have those listed on there. And I'm like, this could really benefit me, actually. I could really get used to this. Now, of course, a lot of people are going to be like, well, what about PlayStation 3, Xbox 360, and Wii? Well, according to the term of definition of retro, it has not gotten to the PlayStation 3, Xbox 360, and Wii yet. They are relatively current consoles at the moment, which is kind of weird, because I thought the term retro was past generation consoles. But that's me not knowing shit. So, point is that I'm wanting to do this unboxing series just to see what type of games I might uncover. So you could say this is a continuation of my game collecting series, which has been kind of like a halt, because, again, I've been out of money and everything like that, and plus, all the stores that I usually purchase stuff from has not had like a major restock of games that I have desperately wanted for years, and it's just, I've only purchased like 1 or 2 games at a time. Even then, I forget what games I purchased, so I can't really do like an every 6 months show you, hey, here's a new update for all the games I've gotten in the past 6 months. And I keep forgetting what I've gotten, so it's kind of like, I'll just play it as I come along. So this Video Game Monthly is supposed to make up for that but it's also an unboxing series. So I'm wanting to continue doing unboxings for you guys. And I think this one will be interesting, because one of the biggest things that actually caught my attention was not the fact that I could be collecting PS2 titles, but every so often they'll actually do like a bonus box, where they'll give you what is called 1-up or 2-up. Now what this means is that if you get one of those 1-ups or 2-ups, that means you get an additional 1 or 2 games within that package. So in other words, if you're subscribed to the 3 months like I am, which is like $30 plus shipping and handling, which is $35, every once in a while you'll actually get 1 or 2 games per month. And that to me is actually pretty interesting. So it's like, hey, let's try this out actually and see what happens. This sounds relatively interesting to me. So I want to see what it's like. I want to see if it works out really well, because for me in general, being able to collect PlayStation 2 titles and everything like that is very important to me. So right now I've got it set up to where I'm getting PlayStation 2 and GameCube, but if this works out well enough, I may end up actually getting PlayStation 1s on the like as well. So that would be interesting. So that's basically what I'm doing, is just kind of prepping for Video Game Monthly and everything like that, just seeing what I'll get, and I don't know what's going to happen and everything like that. I just want to know if, one, the game is playable, to where it doesn't have any scratches or anything like that. I want to make certain that it's playable. 2, how often those good games come up, because here's something a lot of people don't realize. Every console has like a set number of like sports and racing. And while a lot of people be like, what's wrong with sports and racing? There's nothing wrong with sports and racing. But that's not my criteria of interest. Don't care much for racing games. Don't care much for sports. It just, I want my RPG, action, platform, puzzle, and stuff like that. That's what I really want. But I want to see what they can do, what they will send out and everything like that. Because from what I've heard, a lot of people, the majority of stuff that you will get like 2 out of 3 of stuff that you've requested in your wish list. So it's like, huh, that's actually really good. But considering the fact that on my wish list there's like, I actually counted like 52 that I wanted, and it's like, there's a lot more games that I didn't know about. Holy fuck. So, naturally, I need to kind of, like, look through the list and see what to expect in the future. But up until then, this is going to be, like, an interesting year for me, because I don't know what to expect or how well it's going to be. The main thing that I'm wanting to concentrate on is to see how often I'll be collecting games that I've been wanting for my list and stuff like that. Or how many games I may discover I never knew existed. Wouldn't that be interesting? Games that I didn't know existed, and they actually sound relatively interesting. So you can imagine that this year is going to be relatively busy for me. So let's go through the updates and everything like that. So first update is that I may be a little slow on some videos, but I will try to do what I can to meet back up with my 2 video per day type thing. Don't know how well that works, but I will do what I can. Second update is that April of next year I'm going to be a little bit busy. So there might be a slowdown on that one. I'll let you know when that happens. Also, too, I'm wanting to go back to playing old, new, old, new. Then, of course, I'm doing the unboxing for Video Game Monthly. And, is there anything else? Oh, and also, too, Kingdom Hearts, to let you guys know. Because of the fact that 2.8 will be releasing January, February, Neo, March, Nier Automata, and they... But the point is that I'm wanting to play through and everything like that, and then of course with Kingdom Hearts coming out and stuff like that. So the point that I'm trying to say is this. We are still going to be playing Kingdom Hearts in a normal pace, but when 2.8 comes out, I'm going to be playing the Burst by Sleep 0.2 Fragmentary Passage by myself. So in other words, that's going to be out of range of our normal list of games for Kingdom Hearts that we've been playing up to Kingdom Hearts 3. So chances are, while we're playing Chain of Memories, trying to beat it and stuff, I'll be playing through 0.2 Fragmentary Passage, and I'll be uploading that as well. When that happens, of course. I'm not going to say it's going to happen like within the next week or so. I'm just saying, when it comes out, be prepared to see that. Just, I cannot wait for that one to come out. It's going to be so flippin' hype. As if Kingdom Hearts 3 isn't close enough as it is. Every single time it gets close and close, it feels farther and farther away. It's just, we got one hype game out. We also got Last Guardian, but that one is starting to sound a little meh right now. Like, I'm not saying it's going to be bad, but it sounds a little mad to where I might want to push back on it and wait until it goes down in price to where I can pick it up later. You know, one of those type of things. So, eventually I will get Last Guardians because that was a game that I was pretty hyped up for. Knowing that it came from the same team who did Ico as well as Shadow of Colossus, I was pretty hyped up on that one. And then to find out it was kind of meh-ish, so it's kind of like, you know what, I will pick it up, but not right now. I'll just wait it out a little bit because I'm kind of tight on money still. So, there's that. Then there's also the fact that, you know, I'll be playing through old, new, and stuff like that. I'm repeating. The point is, if you have followed the video up to this point, you know what's going to happen. You know what to expect. Need to stop repeating myself. I sound like a fucking broken record sometimes. But if you enjoy listening to me ramble and stuff like that, I hope you do. I hope I'm not boring you with all this bullshit stuff and excuses and everything. It just, I wanted to let you guys know of what was going to be happening to where that way you don't worry or panic or think to yourself, oh, BlackCross is going to be canceling his channel because there's not been enough subscribers, he's not making any money. I have been enjoying this. I really have been. It's just because nothing's really building up to anything, I don't need to kind of like push myself too hard. I just need to kind of like coast myself at a normal pace that I am able to do stuff. You know, I still have a job, you know, that can still provide me with money that I'm able to actually like, you know, do this still. I can still collect video games. I can still play video games for you guys. I can still talk about video games with you guys. I enjoy that. That is a passion that has driven me since I was like probably, what, 7? 20 years of this shit. And I'm not slowing down anytime soon. I love video games, and the more as retro gaming comes out, I love that. I love the PS2. I love the GameCube. Xbox had a pretty good list of games too. It just, going back and playing through them, I want that to be more of an experience that we can both enjoy. Both old, new, young, old, I don't care. The point is we'll both enjoy it together. And for the majority of us, we can grow old together. Won't that be fun? And I realize I sound like a fucking old retard. At any rate, though, I hope you enjoy my little talk with you guys. Again, after this video gets released, there may be a slowdown on videos. Again, I will do what I can to keep you guys updated. It's just, at the moment, I am kind of like in between the holidays and stuff like that. I'm also in between of like changing things around and kind of like finding out that there's going to be like new stuff and stuff like that. It just, I want to keep you updated to let you guys know what was going on so that way you don't panic and worry and go like, oh wait, what about this? What about this? What about this? Don't worry, they're still continuing on. It's just, I'm changing things around again. As to be expected. Another thing too, for those that may or may not know, April, I'm going to be doing a Q&A video. Now, if you have not been submitting questions, which so far no one has been actually, if you want to ask a question about me, whether it be about gaming, whether it be about my personal life, whether it be about my recording setup, what I think, what I like, everything like that, whatever questions you want to ask, I will answer them for you. So be sure to submit your questions to the email address in the description below. That email address leads directly to my Google Gmail account where you can submit emails and I can answer those questions for you guys. So remember to do that. And yeah, that's basically just a reminder, just real quickly to let you guys know. Anyway, I'm done talking. I'm gonna let you go. Hope you enjoy yourself. Hope you have a wonderful Christmas. Hope you have a wonderful New Year's. If I don't say any of this stuff in a later video or whatever, just hope you have a wonderful, wonderful wonderful rest of the year, and 2017 is just going to be better. I'm just going to be really busy that year. Holy crap, I just realized how busy I will be. Anyway, see you in the next video. Take care, guys.